Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of what companies are trying to hide. Today we are diving into bioAffinity technologies, and let me tell you, it looks like someone hit the pause button on their big meeting. So bioAffinity Technologies Inc. filed what is called a Form 8. Think of this as a current report, like a quick bulletin about important stuff that happened at the company. Usually these are about new deals or big changes, but this one is a little different. It is all about a meeting that didn't quite happen. The date of this report is the 19th of December 2025. This tells us that something significant, or at least reportable, occurred on or before this date. This is the company in focus bioAffinity Technologies Incorporated. They are incorporated in Delaware with a commission file number of 001-41,463 and an IRS employer identification number of 46 to 5,211,056. This gives us the basic corporate identification details. Their principal executive offices are located here in San Antonio, Texas, at 3,300 Nacogdoches Road Suite 216. This is where the main operations and decision-making likely happen. Under Item 8.01 Other Events, the company is reporting that on the 19th of December 2025, they held a special meeting of their stockholders. Here is the interesting part: they convened this special meeting, but then decided to adjourn it without conducting any business. Why would they do that? The report says it is because they did not have enough shares of the company's common stock present in person or represented by proxy to constitute a quorum. A quorum is the minimum number of people or shares needed for a meeting to be legally held, and for any decisions made at that meeting to be valid. If there aren't enough people or shares there, nothing can officially be decided. It is like trying to have a class where fewer than half the students show up. You cannot really make important decisions. So they have rescheduled this meeting for the 19th of January 2026. It is important to note though that no business was conducted at the original meeting. This means the company couldn't vote on anything important. The record date for who gets to vote remains the 4th of November 2025. This means all the shareholders who own stock on that date are still the ones eligible to vote at the rescheduled meeting. And good news for shareholders who have already voted: if you cast your vote or submitted your proxy, you don't need to do anything again unless you want to change your vote. The proposals on the table are still the same. Looking at the details of their stock, we see they have common stock with a par value of $0.007 per S-share. This is a very low nominal value and is common for many companies, especially those that have been around for a while or have undergone stock splits. They also have warrants to purchase common stock. Warrants are similar to options. They give the holder the right to buy a company's stock at a specific price. The trading symbol for their common stock is BIF, and it is traded on the NASDAQ Capital Market. The warrants trade under the symbol BIFDU, also on the NASDAQ Capital Market. The company has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This is a status given to companies that have total annual gross revenues of less than $1.235 billion, and it allows them to take advantage of certain benefits like fewer regulatory requirements and extended transition periods for accounting standards. They have not elected to use the extended transition period for adopting new accounting standards, meaning they will adhere to new standards as they come out, which shows a commitment to current accounting practices. The filing is signed by Maria Zanes, who is listed as the President and Chief Executive Officer. This is the top executive officer of the company. The date of the signature is the 19th of December 2025. So what does this all mean? Essentially, bioAffinity Technologies Incorporated tried to have an important meeting with its shareholders, but not enough people showed up for it to be official. They had to postpone it. This isn't great because it suggests a potential lack of engagement or participation from the shareholder base, which could be a concern for the company's governance and ability to pass important measures. It also means that whatever critical decisions were planned for that meeting are now on hold. Looking at this from a business perspective, a low quorum can signal a few things. It might mean shareholders are not particularly interested in what is being proposed, or they might be unclear on the importance of the meeting. It could also indicate issues with how the meeting was communicated or scheduled. For a company like bioAffinity Technologies Incorporated, which is likely focused on its growth and upcoming projects, a stalled shareholder meeting isn't ideal. It can create uncertainty and delay strategic initiatives. While this filing doesn't give us specific financial numbers like revenue or profit, it points to operational challenges. The fact that they have common stock and warrants means they are a publicly traded company and subject to these kinds of reporting requirements. The decision to be an emerging growth company suggests they are still in a growth phase and perhaps looking to conserve resources by taking advantage of regulatory relief. However, the core issue here is the inability to gather enough shareholder support for a meeting. This is a fundamental aspect of corporate governance. If shareholders don't participate, it can make it difficult for the company to move forward. Is this a sign of deeper issues at bioAffinity Technologies Incorporated, or just a temporary hiccup? That remains to be seen, but the rescheduled meeting in January will be a key indicator of whether this problem can be resolved. In my opinion, this filing points to a company that is facing some basic but important organizational hurdles. While there are no red flags waving in terms of financial impropriety, the lack of a quorum is a concern for their operational effectiveness and shareholder relations. It highlights a need for better engagement strategies or clearer communication about the importance of these meetings. The company's direction will heavily depend on its ability to get its shareholders on board for future initiatives. The lack of actionable decisions from this meeting could put bioAffinity Technologies Incorporated at a disadvantage if competitors are able to move forward with their plans. Alright, that is our breakdown of bioAffinity Technologies Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on this meeting postponement and what it might mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching, see you next time.